So this video is going to be a rant, as you can have seen. If you have seen the title of the video, you know what is coming, so just brace yourself. How did it all start? On yesterday, I was just chilling on Sunday, taking breakfast like a normal human being. All of a sudden, I noticed the program my mom was watching. Oh, let me see what they're talking about. Girls what was on the program. Not one, two, three, four ladies were talking about the male issue, like male depression. I was like, okay, this will be interesting to watch. Let me see that watch. Didn't reach like 5 minutes. I was just pissed off because I felt like they were saying all the wrong things they were not supposed to say. And here is why they're like, men should, how do I put it? Men should express themselves more. That's one was calling it a champagne bottle effect. Something like if a guy is not expressing himself more, he's going to finally blow up one day, and that is what is to result into all these violence and crimes and all that stuff. I think that's what they were saying, something like that. I didn't really get what they were saying, but I was angry. It was tough for me to listen, so you need to understand. So basically, I was like, guy, they were saying all the wrong thing. To be fair, like 4 men talking about men issue, it was never going to go well. But for those like maybe for you guys now, how will I say it? Some people actually do have that mentality that men should be expressive. It's not as if I'm against it, but the way they are saying it is totally different from the way it should be. Now, before I proceed, men, women, we live a very different lives. I don't know how I'm going to put it in a practical way or explain it. It's like you're telling a child, I don't know how do I put it practically. As a guy, just give me a sec, let me think. That's what I was saying. It's like telling a child how much is this food and telling an adult how much is this food. For a child, they will never know how much is food because they have always been getting it free. So the probability is like they'll just laugh, giggle, or whatever children used to do. I don't know. And then for adults, they'll like, oh, this food is depending on how the food looks and stuff, they can say is this much expensive and stuff. I feel like that is how I can give a comparison between boys and girls. It might be a bad comparison, but you get the point I'm trying to say. So the ladies were complaining that men were not being expressive with their problem. Me, was it like, what's the point of being expressive? No, like seriously, think about it. If you're honest with yourself and you're a guy, have complaining about your problem ever solved the problem in your life? And this is coming from somebody that spent maybe a decade of his lifetime complaining. Like I'm not going to lie, I used to do that thing. And where do you get me? No way. I'm still here. So the way they were saying it, they were making it look like that was a major problem. And to make it worse, now the guys on the show that were supposed to be the guests, I didn't really hear what they were saying, but I think they were not really talking against it. They were supporting the matter. Now, why? Probably someone will not agree with me, obviously. So why? Now, let me give you a scenario, or let me even use myself as a scenario. When I was younger, especially if you're not from should I say, a country that their economy is quite strong, and you really desire something expensive and you're a guy, if you express that you want something expensive, doesn't mean you're going to get it. No. But if a girl express it, the chances of her getting it is there because of how I say it. Maybe one, like there are women, we know somebody will always want to do it. Somebody will want to, even with chatting now. The hell, let me use this one. This one is more practical. There was a girl that I really chat with. She sent me a DM. She was like, she's having problems and stuff. I was like, tell me what is going on. If you're a guy, and the probability of you getting that kind of response from someone you don't really know is, I don't why would somebody give you that kind of response? Like, you're a guy, you come to my DM, or look at, okay, there are guys that won't come to my DM. Guy, I need 2K. I was like, guy, bounce, I'm broke. I don't see. I don't mean to get this angry, but it's a bit annoying. And the painful part is that boys are actually adopting this mentality and believing the idea that they should be expressive. What I'll try to tell you to do now is I'll tell you to exercise emotional control. I can't really put it in definite. Is emotional intelligence in emotional control? So let me explain it using another scenario again. So we have a goat and we planted maize in our farm. So normally the goat is to run to the farm. If my mom sees the goat going to the farm, I'll use my mom since she's the female candidate now. She sees the goat running to the farm, she will just scream like, why is the goat there? All that kind of stuff. And she will now rush into the farm, maybe pick up a stick, chase the goats out, and then she might get angry and drag the goat, maybe give it one or two, beats like wah, something like that. Before you know, you realize that, me, when I'm there sitting, I'll be like, this, like, I used to watch a documentary. These are animals. Like you see, I don't know if you have seen documentary of like wildebeest. They used to go to crocodile infested water to drink. Goats are not far from them. They are still, it's just that they are domesticated. These are animals that they can put their life on the line to eat food. So it's if human beings that will stop them from not going to farm to eat. So logically, me, if the goat is eating, I'll just pull it out of the farm and tie it. Because I know that it doesn't matter how much you beat it, you can even attempt killing it, but it's still going to go back there to eat. It's what they are built there to do. So as a guy now, you need to be alright, back again. This generator the on spoils my flow state. As I was saying again and again, I want to apologize for the audio, the beds. I can't drive away the beds. They're always going to make noise, so they're just sub and like the video and share it so that your guy if you make 1 or 2 cash and then can use it as mic. Hey, as I was saying, what was I saying? So hey, as I was saying as a guy, the point of being expressive is pointless. You're not allowing like the way all this discussion and all these kind of things is to happen now. It's not allowing boys to adopt this mentality that okay, they should be expressive, but who will listen to you? So when I was having a discussion like this with my sister, and then I was not trying to give her more practical examples. Like now, imagine when you are married with a guy, and the guy comes from work and is stressful. How do you think an expressive man will become? I mean, like imagine me in suits, baby, work was hard today. I can't believe my boss called me. Or like guy, the marriage it will not be sweet. I mean, but when work has been messed up, you keep work at work, then you come back home, then you now compose yourself. Maybe your wife too might even be going through her day. You notice she's cutting the cabbage, but she's cutting it like she's trying to chop somebody's hand. You'll be like, baby, what is going on? What is happening? You pull that from her back, that kind of thing swing. So you do what men do. You need to show love physically. Then you might be able to change her mood. But if you're a guy that is expressive, you will not even notice those kind of tiny mood swings. And no offense, like guy, just stop. See, as a guy, I don't know. I wish somebody told me this when I was much younger. You need to be careful what you feed yourself with, especially with social media these days. Honestly, what they used to say is just practically a lie. It's bad enough that it's a lie. It's bad enough now that personally for me, they're in a country that the reality of what is there is different. Like social media brought the world close and all that stuff. Beautiful, good, yes, making money, that kind of stuff. But I know they the same land as now. The same rules that if it's applying to them, it doesn't apply here. So you can't be I raised my armpit again, sorry. So you can't be smiling and being like expecting adopting some mentalities and complaining like the way I was previously in the past. Like I was complaining about girls dumping boys and all those kind of issues. Meanwhile, I've not even dated like more than one self. So like what was the point of me complaining? So my point now is that you need to exercise emotional control. Now let me chill with my ranting. How do you get this emotional control? It's not something you get overnight. Though normally if most of us had good father figures, because I feel like parenting I don't is part of it. They used to teach boys, they used to teach one thing except from everything, how to get a degree. But you know the problem, once you meet people outside school, they have degree, but what they know they have money. Okay, I think I deviated a bit, but they need to start teaching men about women, like fathers should try and teach men about women. But that one, let's overlook is most of us are young boys, so you have already passed the stage of fathers teaching us. So now you need to teach yourself. How do you teach yourself? Self-help books, just read books. And if you cannot read books, just cut down your social media usage, because that is obviously the problem why you cannot read books. The amount of knowledge in a book is astonishing. Like it's funny that in 1 year the way I was able to drastically change, like it's just mind blowing. I felt like you think I'm a totally different person if you meet me now. Guy, be reading books. The Way of the Superior Man by David Dida. That book really opened my eyes to how you're supposed to act and be as a guy. Once you read books like that, they'll teach you like how to develop your, should I say, your logical thinking and how to make reality and accept reality, like how to always be logical about what you think and how you handle your emotion. It's not as if don't be expressive. Be expressive. One thing I like saying is be true to your core. To me, I feel like allow your Holy Spirit to take control, sure. But to be true to your core, if something is pissing you off as a guy, let me say you're in an environment and you're noticing one kind of mago something going on. Let me say like they didn't share food or passes you, be like, what's going on? I came for this party, give me food. Don't be keeping it, and because no offense, if you keep something that you don't want to say as a guy, you start what I like to call bishing out. You know the word I'm trying to say. You start behaving irritating without you consciously knowing. So try and voice out your thoughts, but the way they are saying is voice out your thoughts in the right way, but don't do it the way they are saying expressively. Expressively, the way they are saying it is like you have a problem where you're talking about it and you know that talking about it is not going to solve it. That is for women. and that is why men exist, to help them run that problem. But you are the one to run somebody problem. So who is going to run your problem? Like I was trying to give you instance now. There was a guy that came to, oh God, I've given a lot of instances in this video. There's a guy that came to fix the roof. When he was fixing the roof, I was not saying, okay, in my mind, I was not like trying to play out this scenario. I was trying to play out this scenario. If this guy was a lady fixing the roof, hypothetically, I know I'm very sure I butchered the word. The word, God, I keep on saying the word instead of word. Hypothetically, if this person was a woman and I noticed she had some problem, it has not happened in school. Like when I was working, I saw a girl sitting down, she was sad, sobbing. I was like, okay, what is wrong? I tried sitting down and talking. But if you're a guy, the chances of it happening, I'm really sure that some guys will pass it like, see this guy, they laugh. Roll off your matter. Like, see, the world is harsh and the way people are making it, people are giving this false mentality that it is fair, but people are acting unfair to them. What you're supposed to think now is the world is unfair, and if somebody is acting fair to you, you're supposed to be questioning their reason for acting fair to you. I hope I'm just trying to pass a message. The main point is that, guy, read more books, cut down your social media usage. Like, look at what you really look at really affects you. See, like what you perceive. If you perceive one bad odor, let's say somebody dropping one bomb. In terms of mess, so I'm not talking of like actual. I hope I don't get this demonetized with the words I'm saying. Like you perceive a bad odor, obviously you want to leave the room. The same thing with eating. If you eat beans like me, you eat Saturday. Like if you eat like last 2 weeks Saturday, I ate beans late in the night. I spent most of the early mornings in the toilet. So if you hear like bad words, obviously the chances of you saying all those kind of bad words or using them is high. It's the same thing with what you see and what your brain also takes in. Like all this social media stuff, yeah, like all these bullshit BS interview that you're watching, that they are saying be expressive, but don't do it the way the women do it, or they are saying you should do it. And any lady watching this, look at, I see, I love women. I know even cap. Why I'm even hustling like this is to marry a good woman. So if you think I'm saying this because I'm having one kind of gender based issues, just chillax, sit down, chillax, drink coconut, and continue watching my handsome face. As I was saying, you need to be really careful with what you consume. Honestly, like what you really watch is going to affect you, whether subconsciously or not. Like it will happen in tiny drops. Before you know it will become like have a lot of influence on you. So you need to like know what to consume. It's not as if you should not be expressive, but you need to start developing what I call is emotional control, emotional intelligence, or logical thinking. And in a way, I feel like guys are more betterly gifted than it. Not in a way, most of the time, most guys compared to like ladies, we are more betterly gifted. If there's light issue in my house, we to call Victor. Victor is my friend in case you're wondering. I'll call him, let's go to the market, let's run this stuff. Okay, but if it's a lady, maybe she might spend maybe like 2 hours complaining and before like a guy can consider helping them out. Like life is different. You cannot see. So the way they're saying be expressive, like this you have all this thing. Like I've had bad days, and the way I'm handling bad days are very different from the way I was handling bad days in the past. I'm very sure the past me sees the present me now. The guy will be like, guy, is this Austin? Like, I'm not sure of this the way I'm acting now. Let me give an instance like, oh, hey, let me tell you why you cannot even be expressive. Like, in a guy now, we live in what I like to call a competitive world. Damn, this video is 6 minutes. To end this video fast. We live in a competitive world. It's not like ladies, what is the competition there? It's like who is more finer, who dress more makeup. You don't even need to be fine, honestly, to attract a good guy. To me, it's not something bad. It's like everybody has different tastes or choices. Like, that is a different topic. I don't want to go into that. But as a guy, before you get that particular girl, you need to compete with other guys. And the worst way to kill your competitive spirit is to start expressing yourself, like to become expressive or to lament or complain. Like, no offense, complain about where you're from or your country is not going to change anything, unless it's not going to change anything, to be fair. Complain about your parents not having cash is not going to change anything if you're a guy. Like, we all know this thing clear fast, but for a lady, it might not still be a good example, but you get the point I'm trying to say. So we live in a competitive world. For example, I'll use myself. For the past few months now, I've been doing serious dopamine detox. I've reduced my phone usage from like 2 to 3 hours. Most of the time, some days less, some days more, in a day. Then for about 3 weeks, I was learning video editing or something. I was learning video editing. I saw a job notice that one YouTuber I used to follow, Abonator, said he needs a video editor and it's just basic simple editing. And I knew, I was like, I can do this skill now. And it would be like, I don't really have source of income. Like, guy, let me chance of this opportunity. But unfortunately for me, among the 3 streaks, imagine a whole 3 weeks of good streak. Like, I was waking up 5, doing taxes that I set as like reading, other stuff, exercising, practicing, learning a new skill. And then just that one day out of that 3 weeks, after that 3 weeks, that one day that I was being lazy, I was like, this life don't tire me. I now saw the stuff. I saw the notification from it and I watched the video. It was like, in this job interview. I was on my bed. I was already early, but I now mistakenly took my phone. I was not like, I was like, what was that? What was on my mind? What was on my mind? I'm just trying to think of what was on my mind. What was on my mind? Like there was not actually nothing relevant for me to complain. I was just being bitchy to myself, telling myself that tired, I've been trying hard and stuff. Then the next 1 hour, I was not like, let me come online and apply for it. That was about 7 a.m. The job offer was already closed. Like this is the reality of the male world. This is just like a 10 example. Many things that you want for maybe the woman you want to marry. You guys work hard to, in case I'm speaking another language, just now I'm mixing pidgin with English. I'm angry. I can't speak one language straight. You you can't be having, should I say, you don't you need to be try to build your mentality that no matter how many effed up things will happen, you endure it and you endure it and you be able to pull over it. The truth is that all these things is also a mental game. I don't know how to explain it in the powers. Like you need to strengthen your mentality. If you go for, like, let's say you break up now and then you met your group of guys. If your guys are saying, she was a good girl, all that stuff, there's a tendency that you cry, but if your guys are like laughing at you, chances are you might not even cry, you might even laugh it out too. The way those guys are now, you want to keep things that will keep pushing you harder, keep friends that work hard. Don't, no offense, like, I know chatting is nice, but there's no actual benefits in. I went off course again. I'm not supposed to talk about that. This video is going way too long. But the fact is that you're in a male competitive world because of your complaining and being expressive that something is not going your way. Another guy around the world that has maybe the same chances or the probability of him marrying the same woman you like is not going to be saying, because of, let's say, you are complaining now that life is hard, you don't have money and all that stuff, and you're bitching out and posting status or all that bullshit that young guys are doing these days. Doesn't mean that I'm going to sit back and be like, it's true, life is hard. Guy, I'm fucking doing my workouts. Sorry, I'm saying the F word. I'm effing doing my workouts. I'm still going to wake up early. I'm still going to grind my this thing out. All those times they have complained, like, and the problem with guys' self improvement is like it's a snowball effect. Bigger I get, the more easier it is for me. But those guys being expressive are like they don't know how those kind of things can really slow them down with their development as a guy or being a successful guy, easy high value guy, whatever people used to call it. The way when I was just watching the program, I just wish that I could like just disappear the eyes or start spilling my, okay, maybe spilling my mouth was not a good idea, but like try to open their eyes to see, like they were just describing the problem from a female narrative, like they were like guys should be more expressive to help them move on in life. Like, guy, that is a woman thing. Like, you don't really expect women to be able to explain. Not all women, you understand, like most don't know what is happening. They're not supposed to know. That's why I oppose it. But all I'll just say, just grind. Don't learn emotional intelligence. I made a past video on how I blocked my phone and I'll use it to help me do dopamine detox. I'll just drop the link. Maybe you can go and watch it and maybe you can adopt the method. That thing really helped me out. You need to just be, yeah, you need to be real with yourself. You need to be more logical about the way things are running. That is the only way you move on as a guy. Like, if you are broke, make money. If your lady is broke, she can complain. Someone might send me your account number. If you're a guy, it will happen, but if you compare it to the way it's happening to a lady, your own is going to be pretty much insignificant. So also, guys, this video is jumbled up, so I don't need to write scripts if I didn't mention that. So don't be offended. And again, for those of you that my kids hair or something, like, it's just hair. I know it's annoying, but I have my reasons for it. It's stupid, but I don't want to say it. I have my reasons for not cutting it. So till next time.